Our bodies, veiled by a delicate mist, the bathroom, moved in harmony, his chest against my back, the rhythm of his heart echoing with my own. Welcome to the realm of emotional love stories. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, share your insights in the comments, and subscribe to keep up with our newest narratives. May you find joy in tranquil, soothing moments. My sincere gratitude to you. Now, let us set forth on the adventure that awaits within the tale. As I stood before the mirror, the steam enveloped me, a delicate shroud concealing the reality lurking just beneath. My auburn hair flowed in soft waves around my shoulders, subtly framing my face with a quiet elegance that I had come to appreciate. The morning unfolded with a sense of the mundane, yet an intangible energy hovered, poised to disrupt the familiar. As I allowed the silk nightgown to slip away, it caressed my skin, a brief surge of assurance wrapping around me, a woman acutely conscious of her own charm. I had never shied away from revealing my true self, and this morning was no different. The bathroom, embellished with marble and illuminated by the generous sunlight streaming through the large windows, transformed into my private sanctuary, connecting the serene garden outside with the concealed mysteries of the grand Hawthorne estate. As I took a deep breath, the soft morning light embraced my skin, stirring my senses with the subtle scent of soap intertwined with the earthy fragrance of the moist ground outside. Unaware of the lingering gaze, I moved gracefully over the marble, each step a soft echo of sophistication, every gesture a silent revelation, a dance intricately intertwined with the rhythm of my daily life, the hiss of the shower filling the air, harmonizing gently with the distant song of birds beyond the window. My fingers brushed against the delicate lace of my nightgown, now softly crumpled on the marble countertop, a fleeting caress that resonated with the day's unvoiced promise, and then he stood before me. John, my stepson, stood in the doorway, a shadow crafted from the fading light of dusk. In that ephemeral moment, our eyes met, his gaze enchanting and intense, a smoldering ember concealed within the rich warmth of his brown irises. The atmosphere was charged with an unspoken intensity, a deep longing that ensnared us in that fleeting instant. His eyes held mine, tracing the lines of my form with a subtle yet profound focus. A quiet epiphany danced within his eyes. John had transformed into someone entirely different from the boy I once knew. By the age of 18, he had evolved into a tall, broad-shouldered figure, his once youthful features now sharpened by a fierce intensity. In that ephemeral moment, that unexpected unveiling, the dynamics between us transformed entirely. The warmth blossomed in my cheeks, a blend of astonishment and a more profound emotion, as I noticed the unmistakable yearning in his eyes. The warmth of the bathroom embraced me, the steam swirling around my skin, accentuating each delicate contour. John stood motionless, his gaze fixed on me, and I, captivated by his stare, experienced a flutter deep inside, a surge that accelerated my heartbeat. In that ephemeral instant, I sensed the irresistible tug of yearning, a fierce and hidden connection that wove our destinies together. The bathroom, once a sanctuary for my thoughts, morphed into a stage for our unspoken strife. Every breath, every delicate movement seemed amplified under the keen gaze of this young man, my own flesh and blood, yet now a puzzle to unravel. John's voice quivered as he softly uttered my name, breaking the spell that held us captive. His voice, deep and heavy with unspoken longings, enveloped us, a subtle beckoning and a hushed provocation intertwining in the atmosphere. I hesitated, suspended in a fragile equilibrium, torn between the instinct to shield him and the alluring draw of an irresistible desire. "Mia," he murmured, his voice quivering with unexpressed desire. The intimacy of that moment, the soft utterance of my name from his lips, ignited a flame within me, one I had never allowed myself to imagine. My heart raced, an intense longing to seize the elusive shadows of this desire consumed me. With deliberate steps, I drew nearer to him, the coolness of the marble floor beneath my feet, standing in stark contrast to the warmth of his gaze enveloping me. Every movement seemed to hold a whisper, a graceful ballet as I closed the distance that lay between us. The atmosphere thickened with a palpable tension as I found myself at the precipice, where the familiar intertwined with the enigmatic. "You entered quietly, John," I whispered, my tone steady even as turmoil raged inside me. Our gazes intertwined, a wordless challenge cloaked in temptation. As I followed the lines of his youthful visage, the soft brush of stubble along his jaw, and the defined power of his shoulders and arms, he lingered, a silhouette of unvoiced desire, caught in the fragile equilibrium of youthful innocence and the simmering intensity of a profound yearning. The space between us, heavy with unspoken words, carried a burden of longings that remained unacknowledged, yet hung in the atmosphere like a tantalizing, perilous whisper. In that ephemeral moment, time stretched, each second a hushed infinity, the atmosphere dense with our intertwined breaths, rich and heavy with unvoiced longing. In that moment, the spell was broken by the sharp, echoing ring of the phone in the distance. Startled, John turned his eyes away, that fleeting moment granting me the chance to retreat into the solace of our unvoiced limits. I turned my eyes away, gripping the crumpled nightgown, my fingers gliding over the soft fabric, discovering comfort in its familiar hold. Time drifted by, yet the resonance of his stare lingered, igniting a tumult of emotions within me, both unsettling and thrilling. In that ephemeral instant, I understood that our story had transformed, a fresh chapter emerging with that unintentional disclosure, ready to be etched in the quietude of concealed desires. With the morning sun spilling its soft light into the bathroom, I stepped into my sanctuary, a spark of determination igniting within me. Today concealed a mystery. I was ready to push the boundaries of our unspoken dance, daring to venture further into the depths of what ought to stay hidden. I left the bathroom door slightly ajar, not by accident, but with purpose, a subtle invitation for John's curious gaze. The warm air, heavy with steam, drifted outward, carrying the subtle fragrance of lavender soap, suggesting the intimate scene poised to reveal itself within. His arrival felt destined, a fusion of naive wonder and an undercurrent of something more profound, a subtle equilibrium I was prepared to explore. As the steam surrounded me, I moved with a graceful intent, each gesture a subtle beckoning to the observer I sensed in the shadows. The shower, my quiet companion, whispered softly, preparing the atmosphere for the tension I was weaving. His gaze lingered, a gentle warmth brushing against my skin, awakening a desire I both treasured and dreaded. In the gentle embrace of the mist, I began my performance, a mesmerizing dance designed to enchant. I softly traced my skin, the soap's opulent foam mingling with my touch, a delicate whisper of indulgence that sent delightful shivers coursing through me. Every curve, every subtle inch murmured tales of a silent bond, and I welcomed my part with a serene assurance. "Is it you?" I whispered, my voice scarcely breaking through the soft murmur of the flowing water. Your essence remains, haunting the corners of the dimly lit space. Approach with caution if you have the courage. My voice, a gentle murmur, called to him, inviting him to emerge from the shadows and embrace the light, shedding the distance that had long separated us. As the fog lifted, his silhouette emerged, eyes shimmering with an unforeseen mix of wonder and longing. He drew nearer, entranced by the seductive pull of my murmurs and the suggestion of a concealed secret. "What is it that you seek, John?" I asked, my voice laced with a playful challenge. "Does the performance hold your attention?" His eyes danced between my visage and my silhouette, a flush of desire and timidity coloring his cheeks. I grant myself forgiveness. My intention was never to intrude. "Oh, but you can," I breathed, my voice slipping into a seductive whisper. "Indeed, you hold the ability to transcend mere observation, do you not? Kindly approach me, if you please, and offer your assistance to a lady in need." I turned my back, my skin shimmering, beads of water adhering to me in the gentle warmth. This was my bold moment, a deliberate stride to intertwine our destinies. My back tingles, a fib whispered softly, my voice a delicate lilt. "Could you please wash it for me?" My words hung in the warm, humid air, a subtle interplay of resistance and surrender entwined. I paused, my breath held tight, waiting for his response. With a tentative inhale, he edged nearer, his fingers trembling as they grazed against mine to seize the sponge I extended. His fingers grazed my skin, tentative yet kindling a flame that beckoned him to stay a moment more. As his hands caressed my skin, a subtle intensity blossomed between us, each touch lingering just a heartbeat longer than required. The sponge glided over my skin, driven by a silent desire. "Take your time, John," I whispered, my breath a gentle warmth against his ear as I leaned in, relishing the intimacy of the moment. "Is there really any pressing matter at hand?" Our bodies, shrouded in a gentle haze, swayed in unison, his chest pressed against my back, the cadence of his heartbeat resonating with mine. I closed my eyes, surrendering to the intoxicating whirl of emotions. His touch, a fusion of longing and a subtle rebellion against the unspoken barriers that separated us. With my chin raised, I allowed the warm water to cascade over me, a subtle invitation crafted just for his gaze. The shower's steady rhythm enveloped us, each droplet on my skin, a silent witness to the unspoken tension that lingered in the air. "Your gaze lingers, doesn't it, John?" I asked, breaking the silence that enveloped us. His breath hitched, and he gave a slight nod, his words swallowed by the tempest of yearning that raged within him. I pivoted, our forms in harmony, gazes intertwining in a wordless recognition of yearnings concealed beneath the facade. In that moment, the gentle embrace of the warm mist from the shower surrounded us, crafting a refuge where the outside world slipped away, and the electric pulse of unvoiced desire resonated between us. As dusk enveloped the realm in rich shades, I ventured into the dimly lit passage, where murmurs hung in the air and the atmosphere was heavy with untold mysteries. Thoughts swirled in my mind, the intense moment with John echoing, a quiet longing suspended in the atmosphere between us. It was the moment to delve into the fragile equilibrium of our newfound existence, to seek a route that could either shatter or fortify the delicate strands of our concealed realities. I paused, my fingers tracing the smooth surface of the banister, my breath a gentle murmur in the cool air. The house hung in a hush, ready for the next movement in this intricate dance we had unwittingly initiated. With a measured breath, I summoned the calm determination that had been quietly accumulating within me and made my way down the hallway, approaching John's door with gentle steps. The door was ajar, its soft creak inviting me into a realm where silence spoke volumes. With a lingering breath, I paused, the air thick with unspoken tension, before I gently eased the door ajar, its hinges murmuring secrets of their own. There he stood, a transient silhouette in the muted glow. John, the one I mustn't long for. He stood by the window, his back turned to me, the moonlight gently tracing the contours of his broad shoulders and slender waist. "John," I whispered, my voice tinged with a subtle blend of uncertainty and longing. He turned, the soft light of the lamp creating shadows that played across his face, a subtle mixture of youth and the burden of unvoiced longings. "What is it that troubles you, Mia?" His voice, deep and steady, bore a significance that suggested hidden tales, the remnants of youthful innocence fading softly into the distance. I moved nearer, our eyes entwined, daring destiny as I gathered the bravery to voice the feelings that had persisted, to express the desire that had sparked since that passionate dance. As I began to articulate the promise of the dawn that awaited us, a flutter of nerves constricted around my throat. Perhaps it's merely us in a realm that softly calls to us. I paused, my thoughts eluding me before gathering the scattered pieces of my courage. Perhaps we can preserve our delightful secret while in the shower. The utterances, having escaped the lips, hung in the twilight of the muted chamber. A daring invitation hung in the air between us, urging us to cross a line we both recognized was present. John remained motionless, his eyes revealing the tempest of emotions churning within him, a fierce yearning reflected in their depths, ensnared in a whirlwind of uncertainty and the weight of unspoken truths. Yet, I rushed to express, my voice tinged with a subtle urgency, "Only if it is your wish." I concealed my discomfort behind a delicate smile, striving to quell the tremor that loomed, eager to expose my inner turmoil. I recognized that it may be seen as unorthodox, but I found myself pondering if maybe. I allowed my words to dissipate, the thought remaining unvoiced, a quiet tension hanging in the atmosphere. Time stretched infinitely, each heartbeat a quiet struggle between our deepest desires and the unspoken fears that held us captive. I stood frozen, my heart pounding, each beat a quiet entreaty for his response. Then he spoke, his voice steady yet laced with an unmistakable excitement. "I would find great pleasure in that." His words, soft as a whisper, hid a vast expanse of yearning and a lifetime filled with unspoken wishes. A gentle wave of warmth wrapped around me, quieting the persistent whispers of doubt and fear that had been resonating in my thoughts. "Would you?" I inquired, my voice a mere whisper, careful not to disrupt the fragile moment with the weight of my own desires. John nodded, his jaw tight, his eyes fixed intently on mine. "Indeed, that resonates beautifully." The silence that enveloped us vibrated with unspoken desire. Every heartbeat carries a murmur of the possibilities that dawn may unveil, intertwined with excitement and apprehension. The atmosphere was thick with unvoiced decisions, mirroring the hidden moon overhead. A gentle nudge towards the paths we bravely ventured, to explore, and perhaps to intertwine. He drew nearer, his eyes burning with intensity, and my heart raced, reacting to the well-known magnetism that now seemed electrified with unvoiced potential. "Good night, Mia," he murmured, his voice a soft whisper that sent a shiver of excitement through me. "Slumber gently." "Good night, John," I whispered, my words slipping away, swallowed by the thick silence that surrounded us. As he emerged from his room, my heart quickened, a surge of excitement awakening my senses. My heart raced, a quiet excitement flowing within me, as tomorrow murmured the allure of a fresh start, a delicate dance teetering between desire and concealment. The night unfurled, serving as a canvas for my silent desires, each thought a gentle murmur of the approaching moment we would experience together, a tender ballet of warmth and yearning, of intimacy and unexplored realms. In the stillness of the night, I discovered comfort enveloped in the warmth of hidden truths. In the soft glow of the fading light, my thoughts danced and intertwined, crafting a tapestry of endless possibilities, each thread pulling me nearer to that fateful instant when we would surrender to the storm of longing that simmered just out of reach. The dawn unfurled, a gentle light filtering through the curtains, rousing me from a fitful slumber, rich with murmurs of longing and the haunting remnants of our previous encounter. Today unfolded as a fragile interplay of desire and trepidation, a moment where murmurs began to materialize and concealed aspirations emerged into the open. I lingered, each movement a soft murmur, drawing nearer to a decision that might alter the very fabric of our connection. The bathroom beckoned gently, a secret companion in this intricate ballet of longing I was poised to embark upon. I slipped into a delicate robe, its fabric a tender embrace, whispering of unvoiced yearnings. My fingers trembled as I shaped the belt into a delicate bow, a quiet reflection of the intricate emotions I was about to unveil. The bathroom, shrouded in marble and mist, transformed into our secret sanctuary, where ephemeral moments of closeness blossomed in quietude. I paused at the entrance, my fingers brushing against the doorknob, steadying myself as I took a deep breath, the coolness of the air contrasting sharply with the burning desire that flickered within me. This was the moment, a fragile convergence where yearnings would come to light, and I found myself ready, heart pounding with unvoiced desire. With a final breath, I pushed the door open, entering with an enchanting elegance, my eyes sweeping the room in search of the one who possessed my hidden longings. The water flowed softly, reflecting the rapid rhythm of my heartbeat, a tender interplay of sound and feeling. Across the room, John stood, his gaze dancing with the warmth of the steam, a tension that mirrored the thrill I kept concealed within. As our gazes intertwined, an unspoken vow lingered in the air, hinting at the journey we were destined to embark upon side by side. His gaze lingered, a quiet yearning tracing the contours of my silhouette, subtly suggested by the soft fall of my robe. I approached, each step a whisper of intent, the fabric of my robe swirling gracefully, inviting him to draw closer. Gaze upon the scene. He began, his voice heavy with desire. Remarkable. A brief smile flickered between us, a fragile moment where our eyes connected, sharing unspoken secrets, trials, and unyielding promises in quietude. As I approached the shower, the robe loosened just a bit, its sash a gentle caress, surrendering to a quiet yearning. His eyes rested on the subtle contours of my figure, mapping the soft ascents and descents, a terrain filled with unvoiced vows and concealed intricacies. The atmosphere was dense, enveloping me like a whispered secret, my skin glistening gently in the light, beckoning his attention with its subtle charm. His gaze intensified, a wordless beckoning as he approached. The outline of his form, an arresting figure, appeared to thrum with unvoiced intensity. The robe embraced him, a delicate murmur against the power that lay beneath, juxtaposed with the gentleness I bore, an unexplored expanse separating us. "It is time," I whispered, my voice a gentle beckoning in the warm haze to wholeheartedly surrender to our desires. With a delicate motion, the robe fell away, revealing the lines of my figure. Every curve stands as a masterpiece, bathed in the soft glow of the morning light and wrapped in the tender embrace of steam. His breath caught, eyes fixed on mine, and in that brief moment, our bodies shared secrets of unbridled desire, pure and unmistakable. The steam wrapped around me as I stepped inside, the warmth playfully caressing my senses, eliciting a soft sigh from deep within. Come along with me, I whispered gently, a quiver of desire lacing my voice. Permit me to unveil it for you. He entered, the steam wrapping around him like a hidden truth, the atmosphere heavy with unvoiced anticipation. The water murmured its secrets as we glided through, each droplet a soft vow in the tender cadence of our intertwined experience. I held the soap, its scent enveloping us, leading him into a soft lather, my fingers gliding over his skin, my whispers lingering in the air, while the warm water flowed around us, our bodies entwined. He mirrored my actions, his hands trembling as they explored the lines of his own body, each motion a discovery, a gentle appreciation of the flesh. In that fleeting moment, innocence dissolved beneath the cascading water as I guided his hands into realms yet to be discovered, previously untouched. With a touch that was both assured and deliberate, I led him through the intricate terrain of his long-held desires, revealing a route to ecstasy he had only ever dared to envision. His breath, unsteady and longing, caressed my skin as his fingers glided gently over my body, mapping the concealed lines and curves of my essence. In a bold instant, I took charge, revealing the intricate ballet of longing, my hands crafting a lesson that rendered him breathless, wrapped in comfort and fulfillment. Every movement was a gentle brushstroke, a soft murmur of desire that pulled him nearer to the brink of ecstasy, a fleeting instant caught in pure, unfiltered longing. In the shadows of concealment, our identities blurred, evolving from guide and follower to intertwined spirits in a fragile dance of longing. Each gentle touch, each soft murmur pulled us closer to the hidden reality, a passionate joy that hovered tantalizingly out of grasp. With each dawn, a concealed realm emerged, where the bathroom became our clandestine sanctuary, and the shower a space for hushed promises. As the first light of day breaks, we shed not only the last vestiges of slumber, but also reveal the depths of our true selves, two spirits bound by destiny and an irresistible yearning that pulls us closer together. The water, a constant companion, transformed into our quiet mentor, its soft currents orchestrating a graceful dance of exploration and surrender. Each morning emerged as a hidden narrative, a tender choreography of desire and discovery, where the boundaries of propriety softened under the soothing caress of warm water. At first, our conversations wove a tapestry of uncertainty, skillfully maneuvering through the uncharted depths of desire. As time flowed onward, those cherished moments in the shower transcended mere routine, becoming a refuge where our emotions blossomed and the silent bond between us resonated profoundly. I would guide him, my movements a subtle instruction, unveiling the contours of longing through soft, lingering caresses. His breath brushed softly against my ear, quickening as my hands, slick with soap, explored the contours of his body, unveiling hidden peaks of pleasure he had yet to uncover. In that instant, I yielded to the cadence of his direction, his vitality sparking a profound awakening within me. Every stroke of his hand was an audacious journey, awakening feelings that had remained dormant, rendering me both gasping and invigorated. On those fog-laden mornings, the realm beyond the bathroom dissolved into a trivial haze. In this ephemeral realm, time swelled and shrank, inviting us into a universe where the sole reality resided in the gentle touch of water against our skin, the rapid rise and fall of breath, and the electric closeness of our bond. With each shower, mysteries unfolded, exposing the depth of unvoiced desires and the intricate tapestry of close connections. In soft whispers, we engaged in a subtle interplay of longing, suggesting unexplored avenues to unite, new insights to unveil, our words blending seamlessly with the soothing cadence of the water, our bodies expressing what remained unvoiced. As the nights deepened and the chill settled in, we found ourselves entwined not in the humid embrace of the bathroom, but within the refined ambiance of our dining room, where flickering candlelight cast gentle shadows and the rich red wine flowed through us like a secret thrill. The night murmured its secrets through fleeting glances and delicate touches, the soft clink of glasses setting the tempo for our unspoken dialogue. The dish, a subtle composition of flavors, acted merely as a backdrop for the genuine pleasure, a murmur of desire and unexpressed aspirations that twirled in the gentle radiance of flickering candles. His gaze, intensified by the shadows of the room, fixed upon mine, the flickering flames reflecting in their depths, revealing a myriad of concealed truths within those formerly innocent eyes. His yearning was tangible, a subtle tempest restrained by the fragile limits we had boldly tested earlier in the day. My hand brushed against his across the table, a momentary contact that hung in the atmosphere, a soft caress that sparked a surge of unvoiced connection between us. His breath caught in his throat, and within that stillness, a universe of unspoken feelings hovered, a testament to the gravity of a gentle touch, a brief look, a shared instant between two hearts yearning to come together. We embarked upon a well-trodden path, the warmth of the shower wrapped around us, a steamy shroud that softened the boundaries of right and wrong. The caress of the water was charged with an undeniable energy, a hidden excitement that pulled us nearer, wrapping us in a warmth that was at once thrilling and taboo. Tonight, the atmosphere buzzed with unvoiced anticipation, suggesting a change in our clandestine dance. A soft exhale escaped my lips as the steam swirled around us, enveloped in the heaviness of unexpressed desire. The water embraced my skin, a soft rhythm that mirrored the quickening beat of my heart, ignited by the excitement of the evening that awaited with John. He stood close, an electric aura enveloping us, hinting at unspoken longings that hung in the air. His breath came quick and uneven, mingling with the gentle murmur of the shower, creating an atmosphere heavy with unspoken desire that filled the warm space. In a momentary dance of eyes, I pivoted towards him, my back resting against the chill of the wall, finding comfort in its steadfast hold. The water's gentle flow stirred something profound within, awakening every sense, leaving my skin tingling with a thrill of unexpressed longing. John inched nearer, his form grazing against mine, the steam of the shower weaving a seductive barrier that both separated us and pulled us closer. As our gazes intertwined, a flicker of connection sparked within the enveloping haze, each glance a silent acknowledgement of the yearning we hesitated to voice. Our lips met gently, a cautious encounter that quickly transformed into an intense dialogue, a wordless exchange of desire and hidden dreams. As I indulged in his essence, I pulled him closer, our bodies intertwining like two halves of a hidden truth, finally merging, closing the gaps of unvoiced longing. In that ephemeral moment, his longing grazed my thigh, a wordless entreaty that stirred both excitement and unease within me, a vow unuttered yet distinctly felt. His hands trembled as they traced the curves of my body, fingers sparking shivers that fluttered beneath the surface, a sharp contrast to the gentle warmth of the water. As he withdrew from our embrace, I gasped, longing for the connection that still hung in the air between us. My fingers danced from his cheek to his chest, feeling the rapid rhythm of his heart, mirroring my own. In a whisper that danced on the edge of stillness, I summoned forth. I drew him away from the shower's tender hold, the warmth lingering on our skin as we stepped into the cooler atmosphere of the bedroom. The moist path we forged murmured of our deepening desires, leading us to the unmade bed, a concealed sanctuary prepared for our clandestine meeting. Bathed in the soft glow of the bedside lamp, the bedroom invited us into its hidden sanctuary. In this moment, the boundaries of the day dissolved, unveiling the raw essence of our longings. Our bodies glistened in the gentle light, accentuating every curve, a silent testament to the richness of our bond. John's eyes held a quiet allure, drawing me in as his hand extended, beckoning me to explore the concealed realms of longing that murmured just beyond my awareness. His presence remained, a steadfast reminder beside me, resonating with the unvoiced yearning that hung in the air as we balanced on the brink of something fresh, ready to delve into the depths of our concealed bond. Our damp feet glided softly over the floor, irresistibly lured by the bed's warm embrace. With each step, we glided in serene synchrony, pulled further into the enchantment of the night, where unexplored emotions awaited, eager to be revealed. With our fingers intertwined, I led John, my stepson who had become so much more, beneath the gentle embrace of the four-poster bed, a quiet vow of the sanctuary we were on the brink of creating. The sheets, a gentle wave, rustled quietly underfoot, suggesting mysteries eager to be unveiled. As we settled into the soft embrace of the bed, his warmth surrounded me, a quiet acknowledgement of the unvoiced tension that hung in the atmosphere. The soft mist that lingered after our shower enveloped us, heightening every touch, every sensation, as though each nerve had been set ablaze with an illicit thrill. Our lips met, a brief flicker of electricity igniting, the atmosphere heavy with unvoiced desire. The gentle caress of his breath lingered on my skin, a seductive hint of the secrets hidden beneath. Every ephemeral caress kindled a flame, rendering me gasping and longing for what lay ahead. Our bodies moved in a clandestine dance, the silk sheets playfully caressing us, accentuating each curve and contour in a tender embrace. My fingers brushed against his chest, feeling the frantic beat of his heart, a quiet echo of my own racing pulse. John's hands glided over me with a gentle confidence, tracing the shapes and lines, exploring the terrain of my desire. His touch glided gently, then intensified, each caress sparking a thrill within me, akin to the murmurs of a storm crafted solely for our embrace. I surrendered to his touch, my body naturally lifting from the bed, a silent desire for a more profound bond. Our breaths mingled, a soft murmur that filled the air with a captivating fusion of yearning and passion. Our bodies shared unspoken truths, a dialogue laced with soft sighs and tender gasps, each sound a fragile note in the clandestine story we were weaving together. With each caress of my lips, each delicate flirtation, I guided him deeper into the hidden realm we bravely chose to explore side by side. His hands explored, outlining the curves where my breaths called out, a tender cartography that had him traversing the terrain of my essence with a profound closeness. The silk sheets transformed into a clandestine refuge, beckoning us to unearth their concealed delights, every caress a murmured vow of the mysteries that awaited beneath. We moved in harmony, the soft material an unspoken companion, gliding over every concealed curve, amplifying the charged excitement that flickered between us. In that electrifying moment, I embraced the role of his guide, steering him toward the profound depths of ecstasy. With every gentle whisper and graceful movement, I led him to worlds he had only dreamed of, where the boundaries of his youth could be challenged and bliss redefined. His form became a canvas for my yearning, each reaction to my touch a subtle choreography of unvoiced intimacy. We climbed a quiet summit, each breath a whispered secret, the atmosphere heavy with unexpressed longings, our hearts resonating with the excitement of what ought to stay concealed. Our bond sparked in a whirlwind of desire, a ballet of silent cravings. The sheets, once a gentle sanctuary, now resembled a fragile confinement, enveloping us in an intimate embrace, mirroring the connection we were subtly cultivating. We merged into one, our forms entwined, the labels of stepmother and stepson fading into obscurity, supplanted by an intense embrace of longing. In the shadows of night, we became intertwined, each heartbeat a soft murmur of an untold tale, where every breath, every caress, and every fleeting moment conveyed a yearning that defied the very fabric of the world surrounding us. In the hushed stillness that followed, our breaths mingled, the gentle sheets embracing the echo of our intimacy, as we felt the heavy presence of unspoken words hanging in the atmosphere. This transcended simple limits. It was a bond, sparked in the hushed fervor of our intimacy. The air was thick with emotion, a palpable reminder of our fervent first meeting, the delicate fabric cradling the whispers of our unbridled desire. We lay entwined, our hearts pounding, skin electrified by the afterglow of the exhilarating moment that surrounded us. Still, the tempest of our longing, insatiable, beckoned for another instant, a prolongation of the clandestine tune we had initiated. I felt his body move, a tautness winding through him, and from the edge of my vision, I noticed the unmistakable shape concealed beneath the material. His yearning awakened, vibrant and unmistakable once more. A gentle smile touched my lips, a mixture of contentment and desire, as I perceived the silent longing in his stance. As I emerged from the gentle cocoon of soft linens, I turned to him, a living testament to unvoiced seduction. The moonlight poured gently through the window, casting a soft glow on my skin, highlighting the contours he had learned to adore with a fervor that was both exhilarating and taboo. Once more, I whispered, my voice a gentle beckoning, imbued with the charm of concealed delights. Permit me to unveil the experience. His eyes, rich and glistening with a mix of desire and awe, followed the contours of my body as I approached the bed. With deliberate purpose, I situated myself above him, feeling the heat of his exposed skin against mine. A vivid contrast to the coolness enveloping my damp skin, my fingers danced over him, a mere breath of contact, igniting emotions that swelled inside me. His breath caught, a tautness winding through him, each nerve sparking to life beneath my gentle caress. I leaned in, my hair cascading like a silken curtain, enveloping us in an intimate realm, the heady mix of our longings saturating the atmosphere. My lips grazed his, a mere whisper of connection, a tantalizing breath away from the passion he yearned for. "Mia," he murmured, his voice heavy with desire. As our gazes intertwined, a quiet comprehension sparked, a glimmer of the illicit that swirled in the space between us, unspoken yet unmistakable. "Silence," I murmured. "Permit me to guide you." He arched beneath me, his body a quiet testament to the pleasure I bestowed, skin shimmering, muscles tense with unspoken longing, craving. I composed a lesson in the subtle art of enduring pleasure. His body quivered, each muscle taut, while I held him in a state of anticipation, teetering on the brink of bliss, illustrating how the skin could narrate tales of delight, every inch a voyage, a mystery yearning to be unveiled. And then, just as he balanced on the brink of liberation, I permitted him to plunge into the abyss of ecstasy, a momentary glimmer against the shadowy backdrop of his longing. His gasp resonated gently, a fragile murmur, his body quaking, each nerve a spark, a tempest of sensation that he welcomed, every fragment of his being aligning in a tender orchestration of bliss. I relished the instant, the subtle victory that was shared between us. In that fleeting instant, as he reclined on the bed, a contented smile gracing his lips, I recognized that our bond surpassed mere physicality. It was a journey into intimacy, where the boundaries of the world dissolved, unveiling the pure, unrestrained essence of two souls intertwined. The dawn's gentle light caressed the curtains, spilling a soft warmth that hung in the atmosphere, suggesting untold stories waiting to unfold. I reclined next to him, my form relaxed, wrapped in the enduring heat of our hidden bond, our bodies entwined, a subtle testament to the desire that had blossomed, both of us exhausted yet satisfied, the sheets a quiet witness to the hidden joy of the moments we had claimed for ourselves. As dawn broke in serene silence, our gazes met, a quiet understanding flowing between us, a fusion of happiness and unvoiced complexities that shaped our bond. In those hushed instances, we grasped the essence of one another, a subtle recognition of the fervor we had shared beneath the veil of night. In that moment, the universe dissolved, leaving behind the fragile excitement of our intertwined existence, hearts connected, each heartbeat resonating with the other's concealed longings and unvoiced realities. Gently, the tender murmurs of the home called to us, luring us from our concealed realm into the brightness of day. With a gentle touch, I awoke from the embrace of slumber, the sheets cascading away, a whisper of the night's secret delights. I rose before him, a vision of seduction, and he responded, his eyes following my form with a mixture of reverence and desire. As the morning unfolded, we navigated its stillness, each absorbed in our own rituals, a subtle harmony surrounding us, suggesting an unarticulated depth that lingered in the air. Stepping into the shower, the warm water cascading over me, I was suddenly swept away by a tide of memories, our clandestine moments resurfacing, a vivid contrast to the serene solitude surrounding me. As I adorned myself, I savored the morning's warmth, each movement intentional, my mind woven with the remnants of the previous evening. Each touch of skin, each soft breath remained etched in my mind, a symphony of longing meant to resonate in our hidden encounters. Downstairs, the aroma of coffee wafted through the air, mingling with the comforting warmth of breakfast, a gentle invitation to my awakened senses. I entered the kitchen, finding my stepson, no, my lover, leaning effortlessly against the counter, his relaxed smile mirroring the unspoken excitement that lingered in the air between us. Our routine seemed mundane, pouring coffee, toasting bread, scrambling eggs, yet each movement, every touch, every glance bore the weight of unspoken yearning, a subtle promise of the desire that hovered just beyond our grasp. A brief brush of our fingertips as we reached for the sugar, a look that spoke volumes, a soft smile that hinted at deeper meanings. These were the murmured phrases of our interwoven destinies. Seated at the table, we basked in the soft morning light that streamed through the windows, casting a warm glow upon our plates. Echoes of a night brimming with unvoiced longings, now metamorphosed into a serene, unhurried morning meal. The words danced between us with ease, the topics seemingly mundane. Yet beneath the gentle rhythm of our conversation lay an unspoken intimacy, a bond forged in the twilight's embrace. "What fills your mind, John?" I asked, my eyes fixed on his, delving into the depths of his thoughts, that concealed space where our silent truths resided. He lifted his gaze from the plate, his blue eyes sparkling with unvoiced reflections, a trace of the previous night's passion hanging in the air, intertwined with a touch of uncertainty and excitement for the journey we were crafting together. My thoughts drifted away. He began, his voice barely above a whisper, tinged with an unexpressed tension. How extraordinary this all seems, and how passionately I yearn to. His voice dwindled, allowing his gaze to express the unvoiced yearning that hung in the atmosphere between us. His silence resonated deeply, igniting a fire within me, my body reflecting the intensity of his longing. "Indeed," I murmured, my voice a soft breath, laden with unexpressed longing. In that serene moment, as we savored our simple meal, our eyes locked in a silent exchange, our smiles spoke of a secret world we had discovered, a refuge where the boundaries of decorum blurred, overshadowed by the intensity of desire and love. In the ephemeral glow of the morning, we discovered comfort in our mutual quietude, each morsel a soft murmur of the future, a subtle ballet of unexpressed longings. As dawn broke, we prepared for the journey ahead, the echoes of last night's murmurs still resonating, kindling a subtle flame within us, a hidden wellspring of delight that hues the day. Amidst the mundane, we cling to a connection that is at once taboo and exquisitely ours,